Attention, attention, all personnel. Incoming podcast. This is MASH Matters.
It's MASH Matters, the podcast celebrating the greatest television series of all time. That, of course, would be MASH. And as you know, I'm Ryan Patrick. I am a longtime fan of the show. And my partner in crime was on the show, Mr. Igor Straminsky himself, Jeff Maxwell. Hello, Jeff.
Hello, Ryan. It's so nice to be here again. We're having such a good time. How many years has it been since we've been doing this?
8.
Wow, 8 years.
8 years.
Holy moly. Goes by like that. It's just amazing.
You hear a third voice. You hear laughter from somebody.
I hear laughter.
Somebody's joined us. And it's not just somebody. It's a very special somebody.
Yes.
Who I've actually wanted to talk to for a long time. Not just because she had a very memorable guest appearance on our favorite TV show, but because of her career beyond MASH and TV. You know, in certain circles, the word legend is sometimes overused, but in this case, I think it applies. Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to welcome to MASH Matters, Amanda McBroom. Hello, Amanda.
Hello, dear Ryan. The thought of you calling me a legend is kind of intimidating, but thank you. My mother would be thrilled.
You better be good, Amanda. I mean, come
I'll
on.
do the best I can.
I've set the bar really high right out
Yes,
of the
you
gate.
have.
Yeah. And we will get into your career and why I consider you to be a legend here shortly. But first of all, thank you for being here.
Well, I'm delighted that you asked. It's an honor and a pleasure.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
There's a lot we want to talk about, and we're going to get to MASH. But I'd like to start back at the beginning. You are, of course, not just an actress, but you are a songwriter, a singer, a performer. Where did it all begin for you? Where did you get the itch that you knew that you wanted to be in show business?
Oh, honey, I've known that since I could talk.
Really?
Yeah. My daddy was in the movies and my mother was a drama teacher.
Oh, my
There was
goodness.
no way I was going to be anything but,
Yeah.
you know, I've been singing and dancing for people. Well, singing, I don't know about the dancing part, since I was 3. You know, it was a given that I was going to be a performer.
You weren't going to work at Macy's. You were going to go.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No, my dad was kind of a B-plus movie star in the 40s and 50s. He was the very first dad on a TV sitcom, a show called The Beulah Show, long ago, way back in like 1950 or 51.
Oh, wow.
And he was a major film actor in a lot of Errol Flynn films, and he was Deanna Durbin's leading man in most of her films.
Wow.
So it just carried forth.
Well, yeah, you had to go in that direction. Otherwise, you'd have probably been put away somewhere.
Absolutely. They
Yeah,
encouraged
goodness.
me from the get-go.
Well, how nice. And
Yeah.
well, that was a very pleasant thing to have parents encourage you to do something that seemingly most parents, oh, no, you got to get a job. You can't do that.
Exactly. Well, you know, they knew the job, and still they told me I should be in it.
Where were you living? Where was this in Los Angeles?
Burbank, honey.
Burbank. Okay.
I
Cool.
was born and raised in Burbank. I was there until I was, maybe 13 or 14, and then I moved to Texas for a while. But, you know, I'm a Hollywood baby in my bones.
Yeah, okay. I'm a native Californian as well, both of us. Yeah. I've been here all my life. My uncle, he went to the Pasadena Playhouse,
Yes.
and he was in movies as well.
Well, what was his name?
Larry Young.
Larry Young.
Larry
my
Young.
My dad was David Bruce, also at the Pasadena Playhouse.
Really? Maybe
Yeah.
they knew each other. Maybe they actually had stuff.
Could very well have been.
Yeah. See, we're all related. We're all connected, aren't we?
Absolutely. I was looking at the paper this morning. There was an obituary for Anne Blythe. She was my first babysitter.
Oh, really?
So there you go.
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh.
Was your mother in the business also?
My mom was a director when she was in college and in the beginning, theatrical, and then she became a major drama teacher and voice teacher.
So you had it on both sides.
Yeah, there was no saving me.
You would have really disappointed them if you had gone into like medical school or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I want to be a brain surgeon, Mom. No.
No.
You get out there
Let's
and
not do
dance.
anything secure. No.
So what were some of your earliest professional jobs? Where did you get your start?
Well, when I moved to Texas, my aunt bought me a guitar and I became a folk singer for a while. But my first paid gig was in the Dallas summer musicals. I did a lot of singing and dancing and changing wigs for several years. And then when I got out of college, and I majored in drama, always useful. Then from there, I went to the Oregon Shakespeare Festival and I worked in Ashland at the Oregon Shakes and then down at ACT in San Francisco because I was going to be a legit actress. Then my life changed forever when the national tour of a musical called Jacques Brel is Alive and Well and Living in Paris came to San Francisco. And I went down I was on a hiatus from the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, and I went down to see the show, and more than anything in life, I wanted to be in that show. And more than anything in life, I wanted to meet the leading man. Both of which I did, and I wound up in Jacques Brel, and I wound up married to the leading man. And
oh, my goodness. Wow.
I've traveled all over the world doing that in New York and Amsterdam and all over the country. And so I became a musical theater performer. And then when we moved to Hollywood with another national tour of Jacques Brel, I discovered television, and I wound up in TV. And that's how I came to MASH. Yeah.
You appeared in the 2-part episode That's Showbiz, which is when the USO tour comes to the 407 7th and performs a show for everybody and is intertwined with all the different characters. You played Ellie Carlisle.
Yes.
Best known with you and your accordion.
Yes.
And besting Charles Winchester III. So that's your MASH connection right there. And we've talked about this episode of MASH before because, and I don't know if you're aware of this, maybe you are, but the storyline of that episode is based on a true story.
No.
The character of Marina Ryan in the show was based on Marina Bryant, who is a friend of our podcast and had a experience in the USO and had to go in for an appendectomy. And her story caught the eye of the MASH producers, and they brought her in and she helped them write this episode.
Oh, fantastic.
So it's nice to talk to somebody who was also in that episode.
Yeah.
Where did the MASH connection happen for you? First of all, let me ask you, before you were on the show, did you watch the show?
Always.
Yeah?
Oh, you did? Unlike myself, who
I know.
watching my mother the car. I didn't care. I didn't know.
I was watching you, Jeff. I was watching. Yeah, I loved from the beginning, from the film of MASH. I loved that. And then I really enjoyed the ethics behind MASH. And I really liked the actors a lot. So, yeah, it was one of my favorite go-to shows when I was young and foolish. But I discovered it because I had met on a prior show, I believe it was a prior show, the director, Charlie Dubin.
Ah, yes.
And Charlie Dubin became a dear friend of me and my husband, and we loved him dearly. And he was very kind and hired me for several different shows.
He was a wonderful friend, of mine.
Wasn't he a love?
Oh, my God, he was. He was truly a love. He really was. And he directed me in a lot of the episodes, and he was just wonderful. He was a wonderful guy. Every once in a while, he would say something. I would, no, Charlie, I'm not going to do that. And he would,
you bold thing, you.
just for something to say. He'd laugh, and I'd cry, and then I'd do the right thing. But did you audition for it? Or?
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah.
Was it Burt Metcalf?
I think so. Yeah.
For a while, Burt was a casting director for the show. He became an associate producer, and then he ascended to the level of executive producer.
To the Pantheon, yes.
The Pantheon, he was. Yeah, and he was a great guy. It was a very, very special man, too. Everybody was, really, on the show.
Yes.
Now, I have a question about, and, Ryan has said this was really based on Marina Bryant's experience. Which is amazing that we have this experience because I did 2 USO tours, one in 1969 and one in 1974.
Oh, wow.
And in 1969, I went to Korea and the Philippines and all kinds of other places. Marina, at that time, worked for the USO. She was a performer, but she was also assisting the president of the USO here. And so she really assisted me in getting my show all together and doing all the things that we needed to do to get the show up and running.
Oh, great.
So it's an amazing thing for me to have this cohesive thing of Marina and your USO and the tour, and then her creating this idea for MASH and them taking it and then doing the show. And here you are.
And here I are.
And here you are. I'm thrilled. It's a big thrill for me. And so again, like Ryan said, we appreciate you being here. Thank you.
So did you know Charlie before MASH?
I think so. It was a week or two ago.
Right. Yeah.
I worked with him on 3 or 4 different shows, I think that was the second one that I worked with him on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just jump right into the MASH experience. Leading up to it, you audition for the show, you find out that you're going to be on the episode. What is that like? Not only as an actor, but also somebody who really does love the show.
Well, it was a huge thrill. I was there at the open call and then the call back, and then I got it and I was dancing around our house. And then I found out that I had to pretend to play the accordion. And you know how hard it is for a girl to play the accordion? And I borrowed an accordion, I remember, from someone so that I could practice playing Lady of Spain.
Uh-huh. And just going to ask you about that. Yeah.
There's no way to practice that softly. and it's for a girl who I was generously endowed. It's very difficult for a girl with a chest to play the accordion, So George, my beloved husband, would every once in a while come to the room and say, "Can you turn that down?" No, I can't turn it down. But I had been a piano player, so I understood at least keys.
Yeah.
But that was my great challenge, was learning to play the accordion.
What is it? I was going to ask you, were you really playing the accordion in that shot? That was you playing that thing.
And the piano was me too.
Wow. Okay. Let me ask you about Lady of Spain, because when we went on our first USO tour, one of the people that we took, she was very funny and she played a lot of characters. We did a lot of sketches and things. And her name was Patty Baker, wonderful woman. She was a waitress for a while at the Playboy Club. So she was a Playboy bunny and she played the accordion. So we would be proud to say we had an accordion playing Playboy bunny.
I say that 5 times.
Yeah,
fast.
Really. I'm glad I said it once. But she played Lady of Spain. What is it about the accordion that everybody plays Lady of Spain? I don't get that.
It's the most famous song to be played on the accordion if you're not a classical accordionist, because everybody knows it. It was, I guess, a huge hit when it first came out, whenever that was. That's back in the dawn of time. And, you just have to if you play the accordion.
It's law.
It's a law. Yeah.
Interesting. Wow.
So how long did it take you to learn how to play it then?
I had to learn it in a week.
Oh wow. Goodness.
Yeah. They gave me a week, before the shoot.
And like you say, you had played the piano, so at least you had experience with keys and you had a certain
I had an idea. Yeah.
Yeah, but when it comes to music, I'm an idiot. I can't play, I can't read music, but I admire people who can. So how difficult is it to go from piano to accordion?
Very.
Oh, okay. See, I would think that a piano player would have advantages.
The advantage is that the keys, but you don't know the other apparatus, which is the breathing, which is the bellows. And so that was a totally alien, and they're heavy. They're really heavy. So there's much more going on than just playing the key. And besides which, I'm used to playing keys,
down here.
Not up and down like that, on the side.
Right, yeah.
So I want to go back for a minute about when you began to notice what you wanted to do in terms of being a songwriter. You started being an actor, right? And then went into the songwriting business.
Yes.
So that was your first goal, is to be an actor and
oh yeah, absolutely. I wanted to be Liza Minnelli.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I wanted to be a big Broadway person.
Sure.
Which was obviously not in the cards. The whole songwriting thing was a surprising left turn that wound up being quite the blessing. But at the time, I wasn't, prepared for it.
Was there an event that kind of took you in that direction that was very specific?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh.
There was the song.
This is where we're getting into the legendary part right here. There are a lot of songwriters, but so rarely does somebody get to write a song that becomes the song.
Yeah.
And for you, that song was The Rose.
Yes.
Yes, and
Sorry.
your dog is singing it right now. Actually,
Yes, I'm singing it right now. Sorry about that.
No,
Is
it's
your dog
okay.
named Rose? Is that probably I would imagine?
His name is Chubby, and he's a pain in the patoot.
Okay.
I have one of those dogs too. His name is Walter, and he's also a pain in the patoot.
I have a patoot, but I don't have a dog, so that's one other thing I'll do. Yeah, well, so, wait a minute. Okay, I'm going to tell you the real quick story. I have a friend named Rick Shoemaker. Rick Shoemaker used to be president of Warner Chappell Music Publishing.
Yes.
And I talked to him just this morning, and I said, hey, we got a wonderful guest coming on, Amanda McBroom. And he said, Amanda McBroom? Well, you know what? She wrote The Rose. I said, I knew that, but oh my gosh, yes. Oh, so Rick Shoemaker says hi.
I'm delighted to hear that.
Yeah.
Wow, that makes my day.
So, but had you written other songs before that?
As a hobby, I started writing when my husband, George Ball, brilliant singer, he's the one that made me want to be in the show, in Jacques Brel. We were on the road, we were touring, and I always took my guitar with me at the time. And I was just noodling around one night when he was working and I was not, because the show was so difficult that no actor was supposed to do more than 6 shows during an 8-show week. So it was a night when he was working and I was not, and I picked up my guitar and a song came out and I didn't know what this was. And he came home from the show and I said, I don't know what this is. And I played. He said, you just wrote a song. Oh, and it's not bad. Oh, all right. So I started just noodling around and it became a hobby, just writing little songs for myself. And it just sort of grew like Topsy. But only my friends knew, until we came to LA and when we were doing Jacques Brel down at the Century Plaza, and I met the girl who became my songwriting partner, and she said, you've got to get up on stage and perform some of your materials. I can't sing my own songs. I can sing anybody else's. I can't sing my own songs. And she finally got me up on stage. I believe it was the Blah Blah Cafe.
I know the Blah Blah Cafe.
Yes,
I do.
Yeah, Al Jarreau started there, and so did I.
Yeah, a lot of folks did.
So I started singing my own songs, but I wasn't recording anything. I was just performing. I believe I was in hot magenta spandex pants and a red corset at the time, thinking I was a rock and roller. And then when the Rose happened, that changed everything.
I'm sure you've told this story a million times, but I'm going to ask you if you would tell it.
Sure.
How did the Rose come about?
Okay. I was driving down the Ventura Freeway. We lived in Woodland Hills at the time, but I had been at an audition for something in Hollywood, and I was driving down the Ventura Freeway, and this lovely song came on the radio, and it was called Magdalena. And the singer was a guy named Leo Sayer. Do you remember Leo Sayer?
I do, yes.
Vaguely, this is from the 70s here. And one of the lines said, your love is like a razor, my heart is just a scar. And I said, what a great line that is. And I was driving the I don't think love is like a razor. What do I think love is? And that was the first time. It's like somebody opened the top of my head and all these words just started pouring into my brain. And this is before recording phones and stuff like that. So I'm driving home trying to remember what was coming in. And I ran into the house and George was in the living room and I ran past him and said, I can't talk. Wait a second. And I went and sat down at the piano. And about 20 minutes later, it was there. And I asked him to come in the room because I always played my songs that I was writing for him. And I played it for him and he got this funny look and he said to me, you just wrote a standard. And I said, don't be silly. Nobody's ever going to hear this unless we're at a Christmas party or something. He said, no, mark my words. Something is going to happen to this song.
Wow. And
he, as usual, he was right.
So it was because there was a film, The Rose.
Yes.
But this was not written for the film.
No. This was written a couple of years prior to that. It just happened. And then my favorite writing partner, who is also my musical MD, Michelle Browerman, who was a professional songwriter, she and her writing partner Karen Gottlieb. They were contacted by someone having to do with Julia Cameron, the woman who wrote The Artist's Way, that book, The Artist. Julia Cameron called Michelle and said, listen, there's a movie called The Rose. They're looking for outsourced material. They don't want one person to write it. They want a lot of different people to contribute a lot of different songs. And when you see the film, it makes sense because it's all different rock and roll tunes. And Michelle said, well, I can submit some of my songs, but she called me up and said, well, listen, you got this song called The Rose, and there's this movie called The Rose. Do you want me to submit your song? Because I didn't know how to do that. I wasn't a professional songwriter. And I said, sure. And I gave her my cheesy cassette. And she took my cheesy cassette and her cassettes with Karen into the producer, and they liked my song. And that's how it got in the film.
Wow.
Much to my amazement. And then changed everything because all of a sudden everybody goes, oh, you're a songwriter. And I kept saying, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm an actress. But that's the hard left turn into the miracle of being a songwriter.
And how did that feel? What was it like for you to say, oh, wait a minute, maybe I'm a songwriter, I'm not an actress?
No, let's just to say I'm a songwriter in addition to being an actress.
Okay.
Because I kept doing theater and I kept doing a little bit of television, but more and more attention was being paid in the other direction. And it was weird.
Mm-hmm.
I was very reluctant. And God bless George, my wonderful husband, just kept saying, why don't you take responsibility for this gift that you have?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
And
what a thought.
okay.
Yeah.
And I listened to him because he's Mr. Right, so.
Wow.
Yeah. And people started becoming interested in more of my songs. And so now it's an interesting cross section of people. Everybody from Judy Collins to Conway Twitty to Kurt Cobain have recorded my songs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I worked in country radio for a while, and I had a show where I played a lot of classic country. So I would play Conway's version.
Oh, God bless him. Yes. Yes. It was a wonderful version.
In country music, only Conway Twitty could have gotten away with it.
Yes.
There was something about his voice, and he was sincere, and
he was sincere,
and it came through.
Evidently, his kids told him he should cut it.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
interesting.
That's why he did, because his children said he should. God bless them.
Yeah, God bless them.
Oh wow! So that led to a career in songwriting as well, and you've gone on to write for a lot of animated films.
Oh, yes. With my partner, Michelle Browerman, we've written 19 animated features for kids.
That's wild.
Which is way fun. Animation is fun because none of them are love songs. You don't have to write a love song for a baby dinosaur.
Because you did a lot of stuff for The Land Before Time. Yeah.
Yeah. The Land Before Time,
Yes.
Curious George, Baltos.
Yes.
The Chipmunks Meet Frankenstein was one of my favorites. That's when we had to channel our inner Metallica to write a song for the Chipmunks.
Wow. Yes. To go from The Rose to The Chipmunks Meet Frankenstein.
Chipmunks, yeah.
Yep.
That's talent. Yeah.
And I think that really speaks to how limber the mind is and the emotional place that all those songs come from, because you can go from The Rose to Chipmunks and dinosaurs, and it's still behavior, though. You're still talking about behavior. Maybe not human, but it's behavior.
It's theater.
Yeah.
It's characters. It's characters who have stories to tell. Mm-hmm. And all my songs, somebody said, well, what are your songs? I said, they're 3-minute movies.
Mm-hmm.
They're monologues. They're the little acting pieces for characters.
And it's poetry.
Yeah.
Songwriters are poets. They're writing
Yes, they
poetry.
Are.
Absolutely.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Without question.
The good ones.
The good one, yeah. A good one. Well, okay, just going back to MASH for a minute.
Yes.
So the first scene, the first thing that happened in that episode is the trucks, all the USO troop is out there, and they're going through the streets or the back roads, and suddenly there's explosions, and the truck falls over, and all kinds of things happen. Were you out there for any of that stuff?
No.
No.
They had stunt people, even though we were willing to be there. It was definitely covered by people who aren't afraid of explosions.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, that's good. I wondered about that because I wasn't sure. I thought, well, wait a minute, you're there and all those people are really there. But
we were standing on the side.
Were you really?
Yeah, we were not channeling our inner Tom Cruise. We were standing on the side.
Okay.
Watching people who look like you do
Exactly.
Tom Cruise stuff. Yeah.
You were home practicing the accordion, probably.
Exactly.
So what are your memories of being on set and shooting that episode?
Well, the first was being with the legendary Gwen.
Oh, yeah.
Gwen Verdon has been a hero of mine forever.
Mm-hmm.
And she was so lovely and charming and gracious and fun to be around and just a trooper. So she and Harry Morgan were a thrill because they really liked each other and they would sit, and talk stories about, the past, which was wonderful. And I've always had a crush on David Ogden Stiers. And he and I got along.
Ryan has a crush on David as well. So I know.
Yeah.
Both of you, yeah.
Well, we got along swimmingly.
Oh, great.
Good.
Yeah.
We had a really nice time together.
Obviously, your characters had really great chemistry together, and I did love the dynamic.
I am sorry, Eleanor. I had no idea you were so versatile. Why are you wasting your time with that overgrown concertina?
I like to eat. Play something we can dance to.
No. Don't listen to those boors.
Oh, come on, Major. Doesn't it get lonely up there in your ivory tower? Even Dvorak and Brahms wrote folk dances,
Come
on, Major, you want to dance?
I thought you'd never ask.
Yeah, we'd sit along when they were setting up, lights and stuff. We'd sit on the sidelines and discuss classical theater and Shakespeare a lot.
Oh, goodness.
It was really fun.
Oh, that must have been great.
It was great.
What a wonder. Hey, have you watched the show? Do you watch it at all?
Not recently, but I think I should go back to it. It's funny, when I get fan mail, which I do from time to time, it's almost not so much about the music. It's mostly MASH. Mm-hmm. And that's just fine by me.
You are in a classification of performers and actors who are in two very passionate fandoms. One is MASH. The other is Star Trek.
Yes.
You were in one episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation, but because you are on that episode, it's just like MASH. You were in one episode, but because of that, you are a part of that fandom. Yeah,
and that was a big deal episode, evidently. It's really interesting because it was a precursor to Can You Trust AI?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so when you think about it now, that way back then, they were about in this close to the same time period. Yeah.
So MASH was 1977? Am I got that right? I think it was 77. I think that episode was
season 10, whatever season 10 is.
The air date was 81.
Oh, 81. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I'm way off.
It was the season 10 premiere.
Right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Like I said, I never watched the show, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
You were just in it.
I was just in it. I didn't care. They gave me the check. I went home. So that scene when you were all in the recovery room there, and everybody was singing and all that stuff. What was that like? Was that just a fun day, or was that?
Oh yeah. It was just fun. It was loosey goosey. Great fun.
Yeah. It sure looked like that. It didn't look like anybody was forced to enjoy themselves anywhere.
Well, when Charlie Dubin runs a show, it runs on kindness and laughter. Mm-hmm. I loved him dearly for that.
I think a wonderful word, kindness. That's what he exuded that. He really did. He really did. He walked in the door and you went, oh, there's kindness coming to direct the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm safe.
Yeah.
And that's important as an actress.
It is, absolutely. He was never less than generous and it kept a happy set. Mm-hmm. The set was always happy when he was on it. There was never anybody throwing a tantrum or anything.
No.
You made guest appearances on quite a few television series throughout the years. So you and Jeff both were on Starsky and Hutch, by the way.
Were we?
Not the same episode, but but of course we've already mentioned Star Trek, and then Heart to Heart, Taxi, Charlie's Angels, Remington Steele.
Yeah.
You were a day player, so you would come in and be there for a day or two, and then you'd move on to the next set. Yeah. What was that like to go from set to set, and how was MASH different from other sets?
Well, MASH was one of the early ones. It was more casual. It was calmer. A few of the others were a little bit more tense. And then I was a regular on Hawaii 5-0 for a while, which was lovely to be in Hawaii. But working with Jack Lord was problematic. But yeah, that was a fairly tense set. But no, it was always fun. I loved it. It was always fun.
So they sent you the script for obviously the episode and said, here, this is what's going to happen to you and this is how it's going to work. Mm-hmm. Did you like it? Did you say, hey, that's great. I love it.
Yes. I never got one that I just went, oh, no, dear God, don't let me have to do this. It was always, yay, let's do this.
Can you still play the accordion?
No.
Oh, shoot. We thought we would get you to play just
not on your life.
A little bit of Lady of Spain.
Man.
You said she would, Ryan.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Ryan, you lied, honey.
I did.
Got it. Wow.
But you do still perform.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, and you do a cabaret.
Yes, I'm a big time cabaret diva these days.
Yeah.
So, yeah. New York, London, LA, things like, I do concerts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When did you make the choice to pivot away from acting to go into music?
I never made the choice. The business chose for me. I was starting to age out, and it was going to be mother roles, and there was a lot of women my age up for the same things, and it just seemed like it was much more fun to be singing, and people were interested in me performing that way. So I just, that life told me.
Okay.
Because it's really, it was hard then. I don't know if it's as hard now, but it was hard then to hit 40.
Yeah.
It was, it just was.
A couple of years, I'll find out from now.
A mazel tov, babe.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. So you have a website, right?
I do indeed.
Okay. Well, we'll put that information up on our website as well once we get all that straightened out.
I have many CDs too.
Oh,
yeah. I got 8 or 9.
great.
I started one of the first female production companies for CDs back in 1980 when the Rose happened.
Really?
I would go to different labels and say, the Rose, I can record. And they'd say, oh, no, we already have Bette Midler. Or, oh, no, we already have Liza Minnelli. It was like I was put in a category. I wasn't rock and roll. I wasn't country. I was theatrical. So I couldn't get a deal with any. So I started my own label.
Nice.
My goodness. Wow. Why not? Sure.
Yeah. So I've made 9 CDs on my own label, and they're out there.
Well, yeah, we will definitely put all that information in the show notes for this episode so people can buy those CDs for one thing.
Yes,
and
for people who still own CD players.
Yeah.
But I am on Spotify and YouTube. Yeah.
Absolutely. We'll put links to all of those things on there as well. So there's been changes over the years with acting.
Yeah.
How has music changed since you've been a part of it?
Oh, honey, radically. With the world of Spotify has destroyed the world of songwriting.
Oh, really?
It's just, you can't make a living anymore as a songwriter. Melissa Manchester is a pal, and we were talking not too long ago. She had gone to Nashville. She'd been called in to write lyrics for some songs in Nashville, and she said, "Yeah, okay, it used to be that you would create a song. There would be a story, there would be a lyric, there would be a melody, and then you would create it. Now, almost always it's first you get a beat, you get a groove, then you cut a musical track." Then you call somebody in at the last minute to write words to the track that you've already created and hope they can write a story.
Oh, my.
And this is even in country now. It's just become, the format has just reversed itself so totally. So that unless you are, Andrew Bird or somebody like that who can actually start with a song and then go for it. But most of the time, if you're a songwriter, you have to work from the bottom up. It's really hard. And now we got AI coming in and saying, this machine can write the song for you and it can give you a vocalist. And so who the hell knows where music is going?
Wow.
Yeah. As with everything else in the arts, AI is altering the face so fast.
Yeah, it really is.
It is. It's an incredible device and incredibly frightening.
Yes.
Because it is such an amazing achievement. And it isn't over yet.
Oh, barely. And it's so unregulated.
Yep.
It is so unregulated.
Everybody's trying, but nobody really knows what they're doing because nobody's ever had this before.
Exactly.
It's just a new thing.
Yeah.
It'll have to regulate itself.
I don't think so.
Or it might regulate us. I don't know.
Oh, I think that's more likely.
Probably going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the real money in music nowadays would probably be performing?
Concerts is where people make money, and it's merchandise.
Oh.
You know, it's the merch. If you don't have T-shirts and CDs and hats and stuff like that, Spotify has, you know, you get paid 0.1 cents for every 100 performances. It's just really killed the world of songwriting. It's really hard. The irony also being that the internet has allowed people who would never have been able to be heard because of, you know, recording in their bedrooms.
Yeah.
And sometimes somebody wondered, Justin Bieber was recording in his bedroom.
Yeah.
Look what happened to him. So in a way, it's democratized songwriting and performing, but in the other way, it has totally squelched it, because also now everybody thinks of songs as wallpaper. You know, it's just sound. It's not sit down and listen to a full album and read the notes and check it. No, it's just stuff that you listen to while you're driving to work or working out in the gym. Mm-hmm. So it's lost a specialness that it used to have. Mm-hmm. I mean, do you remember that? Do you remember buying an album and taking it home and putting on your headsets and just listening to the whole experience?
It's been a while.
Yeah. Do it again.
Yeah.
Do it again. Yeah. Find one of your favorite artists and do it again. And now things are coming out on vinyl again. Young people have discovered vinyl. And yay for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a very good friend named Mark Muller, who's a songwriter.
Right.
Had a lot of hit records and a lot of stuff. And we have a lot of talks about the business of songwriting. And because our dear friend was Rick Shoemaker, too, and Rick Shoemaker was a publisher.
Right.
So it's kind of a cohesive thing with the songwriter and the publisher, and how that dynamic works with each other. Mm-hmm. And, you know, Mark has shared so many stories about the process of songwriting and how he evolved it in his own life, and where those stories come from and what he's really saying and what he's trying to say. And he said, you know, sometimes I write a song in, 20 minutes, and other times it takes me 3 years. It just depends.
Absolutely.
You get an idea and you just see if it works, and you kind of cultivate it and see if it goes.
And if it doesn't, you put it in a drawer for a while, and then when its time is right, it will come back out.
Exactly what it'll holler at you through the drawer.
Exactly.
I'm in here. Hurry up.
I say, let them out of the closet. That's what let your children out of the closet, for God's sake.
Yeah, there's so many great stories, and I had a discussion with the Righteous Brothers. Gee, I forget. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. His name is
Bill Medley, or
Bill Medley.
Yeah. That's the one.
And how he worked and how they worked as the Righteous Brothers. And everything really is very poetic, and everything comes from that moment in your heart. And you don't really know it's there until you sit down and you go, well, maybe I'll do that. And I'm so impressed with it. And I just love hearing the experience, your experience and theirs, about how a songwriter develops and how that songwriter discovers that song. It's fascinating.
Well, just something will come into you and that needs to be told. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get a lot of my inspiration. I read obits. I love obituaries. You read about fascinating things about people and say, that's a story. Okay, I can write that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
You steal from everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You borrow.
Good word.
Oh, okay.
You've given me a great idea. I do write screenplays, and I think I'm going to start reading the obituaries now. See if I can get some good stories.
Seriously?
Wow, I never thought of that. My goodness, what a source.
Check it out, because you will, even on an ordinary day, you'll come across something and say, she did what?
Yes.
And it's fascinating, especially the ones where people write their own.
Ah, yes.
I love it when people write their own. That's always fun.
Yeah, wow. What a discovery. Obituaries.
That's my gift to you.
Oh, thank you.
Amanda, thank you for your time today, and thank you for reliving your MASH experience with us. I know our listeners are going to love hearing from you. Our podcast is called MASH Matters.
Right.
Because we talk about all matters pertaining to MASH, but also because MASH matters, and MASH matters in a lot of different ways to a lot of different people.
Absolutely.
You were a fan of the show, and you had a rare opportunity to be on the show as well.
Yes.
Why do you think MASH matters the way it does to so many people?
The characters were all principled. The characters in that show all did good deeds, all cared, all were intelligent. it represented the best in the human spirit. And I think that's why it still lives today and appeals to people because, it's good people doing good deeds. And we need to see more of that. We keep being reminded of what is dark about us. And MASH is one of the shows that reminded us what is light about us.
Even when the world is going to hell.
Yeah. That's when you have to be your best.
Yeah. When the bombs are falling around you, as they literally were.
As they are now.
And as they are, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That you can still be good and do good things.
So watch people who are inspiring. So that's why I think that show resonates with people's hearts because it's an inspiration. It's good news. And there's not enough good news.
And it's a way to feel good because we all need to do that sometimes.
Yes.
We all need that good feeling. And finding those places to get that good feeling is often difficult.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
So being able to turn the television on and see it and find it is really a very good treat.
Yeah.
So you find the good, whether you're watching MASH or reading the obituaries, you find the good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Amanda, this has been a true pleasure talking to you.
May I say the same? Thank you. I've had such a great time. I feel like we've all had a really good cup of coffee together.
We did. And, our mics are your mics. If you ever wake up, on some weekend and say, hey, I want to talk to those guys, call us up. We'll do this again.
You got it.
Again, we will put all of this information, website and links and everything in the show notes for this episode at mashmatters.com. And as always, you can reach out to us, mashmatterspodcast@gmail.com. Amanda McBroom, thank you. Thank you.
Mwah. Thank you, my dears.
Back. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Okay.
And until next time, here's looking up your old address.
I would like to dedicate this next tune to a really swell guy with a head to match.
Thank you very much.